Hey, well, welcome to Stroke, the Journey Within podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Alva. I created this podcast for us community, for us to come together once a week and just chat and talk, share our stories, help each other survive. Not just survive, but thrive. I want to give a shout out to my sister out there who made it appreciated, Sherry Patterson. Today is kind of a special podcast because for the first time since I've been doing this, I'm doing a podcast telling my story. I've interviewed lots and lots of other stroke survivors telling their stories, but this is mine. And today we're going to be talking about my near-death experience. I want to make it very clear, it was an experience. I was there. It was not just a dream or a fantasy. I was in that place. So today, as I share this near-death experience, this might take 3 parts. I don't know. Never shared it before, but it may take two. It may take one. I don't know. Hello, Scout White out there. But today, when I share my near-death experience, I want you to understand this is not religious. This was natural. My being was there. And what I learned is that you and I, everybody in this world, are eternal spiritual creatures who learn to live inside a human body. I knew this. I was there. So I do my stuff a whole lot of time because I want to save at least 5 minutes for us to just talk. So stick around. Towards the end of this, I'll break into what's called Stroke Talk Q&A. And if you have any questions or any comments or just like to chat, we can do that as a community. I want to be sure that you understand. I had a religious spell in my early 20s, meaning I talked that talk. I didn't necessarily knew who God was, but I assure you, God is real. I know because I had the near-death experience. I was there. This earth is not where our home is. Our home is in God's kingdom. That is where home is. So as we get into this, like I said, I don't know if this will take 3 parts, 2 parts, or I do other one. I'm just doing it from my heart. I'm just sharing what I remember. Because you could not, for any of you that had a near-death experience or have experienced that, you cannot forget it. It was made my brain cancer stroke second to life changing. It was the most life changing experience I had. So I want to get right into it because we got a little bit about the time together. But I want you to hold your questions, if you would, until the section towards the end. If you have any questions or want to comment, feel free. But like I said, I'm going to leave the last 5 minutes of the podcast for us to have a talk together. We'll chat together live. I'll bring up your comments on the screen. It'll be fun. But let me start right in. Where did this occur? Where did this near-death experience? Now, I had brain aneurysm first. I was in a coma for probably 2 weeks. I had my stroke during my coma. No idea when I experienced near-death experience because I have no idea when it was. Guessing it's right when I had my stroke. Because when I had my stroke, I probably died. I don't know. Like I said, all news to me, but I'm gonna tell you what I experienced. I can't tell you when I experienced, but I can tell you what I experienced. So here, my near-death experience started with. It was like nothing, black, dark, didn't know. All of a sudden, bam, as fast as lightning strikes, I found myself in a place, walking in a fully tropical paradise. I, I, I could hear the ocean, the sound of the waves touching the white sands. The temperature of this place was opposite perfect. I was being walked down a path by two people, two beings. Were these angels? I can't tell you. They weren't fully exposed to me. They were walking beside me. But the one thing I noticed, I had no more stroke. I had no more stroke. I was energy. They were energy. And I remember looking towards them and saying, "Look, heal me my stroke." But there was this one spot on my hand that wasn't healed. It was a wound. So I asked the guy, I said, the angels, the could be angels, probably were angels. I said, "Why didn't you heal me? You healed my stroke. Why didn't you heal the spot on my hand, the wound on my hand?" And one of them turned to me and said, "You will always have the wound in your hand." Now looking back, I see what that was. That is my stroke. That is the wound that was not healed like instantaneously. My stroke during my near-death experience was. But Sherry, I know she was sharing a little about Sherry Patterson on Saturday near-death experience. Save those comments, Sherry, for the Q&A about 5 minutes before the podcast over. And we'll bring your chat. I'll bring the chat up on screen so you can see it, so others can see it. But so here I am. The thing struck me, just amazed me. You've heard that saying, "A piece that passes all understanding." It's biblical. It's in the scriptures. I had a peace that passes all understanding. Everything was perfect. I mean, absolutely. I had absolute utter peace that passes all understanding. I had no more stroke. I think I was walking with these two angels or gentlemen. I don't know. I'm assuming they're angels. Walking down this path on this beautiful, sandy, white beach, tropical paradise. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And as we were walking, I could hear the sound of the ocean. It was so soothing and so caressing to my being. It was amazing. In a split second, I jumped from there. I noticed I was at the stairs of a mansion. I was at the stairs of a mansion by myself. Those guys left. And I remember standing at the bottom of the stairs, look at this mansion, and up at the tower of this mansion, I could hear beautiful music. To me, they were like Tibetan monks chanting from a tower. I remember looking up at this mansion. I was so impressed. I couldn't believe it was here. The surroundings were absolutely gorgeous, tropical, beautiful, 80 degrees, perfect body temperature. Or, well, I wasn't in my body, it was a being, but energy was absolutely amazing. And then, with the flash, I was at the door to this mansion. And I remember hearing something say, "Go in." So I went in. And I can remember to this day going in the doors and looking up and go, "Oh my goodness, multiple stories." And there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people all way right down on the verandas of these rooms. They were all in white gowns. I couldn't figure out why there was still an uneasy feeling I had. I had this uneasy feeling, which I'll explain in a minute. But I remember looking up and seeing thousands of people in those white gowns. And I remember a white haired, white bearded old man came up to me. And he was carrying one of those white gowns. And he said, "Here, take this white gown. It'll be easier for you." Let me repeat that in case I didn't say that clearly. Take this white gown, it'll be easier for you. Something that I could not accept the white gown. I knew what the white gown is, a white gown of death. So I was given, I feel, by God, a choice to live or die. I was given a choice to take the white gown, which would be easier for me. But something all I could think about was my wife, Rebecca. All I could think about is being with her and not being able to see her anymore. So I told the old man, the white haired, white bearded old man, no, I don't want the white gown. Then he asked me again. He said, "There, take this white gown, it'll be easier for you." And I remember I refused again. But it was strange. He asked me a third time. He said, "Take this white gown, it'll be easier for you." At this point, I got kind of agitated with him. It was about God, I don't know, but I kind of agitated. And I said, "No, I will not take the white gown. I want to go. I want to be by my wife. I love her." And within a blink of an eye, I was back in bed in that hospital. But during that time, when the old man, there was something that struck me. Remember, I told you earlier, the sound of the ocean waves were just caressing my ears. Just absolutely beautiful sound. There was a tunnel or tube that went from the beach underground, popped up in this mansion. The whole mansion was filled with beautiful sound of the ocean. I remember that. It was absolutely amazing. But you did what he asked me, "Do you want to take the white gown? It'd be easier for you." I, of course, had no idea. My hat's off to all of you stroke survivors because it'd be easier to die. It's harder to live as a stroke survivor. I didn't realize how hard it was. Honestly, I wouldn't take the white gown, but it will say it's hard being a stroke survivor. But it doesn't know harder that is it the stroke survivor. But you, my brother or sister, you know how hard this is. It's a daily fight, a daily battle to maintain your will to live, to really enjoy life. When I went that near death experience, it opened my eyes to something. And I pulled it, I've showed you this cover, show again real quick. I was blind. I didn't know that there was a spiritual world. But there is. In fact, everybody on earth, every human being on earth is this. We are all eternal spiritual creature learning to live in the human body. That's who all humans are. See, you think your body is you. It's not you. Your body is not you because I know. I during my near-death experience, I didn't have one. I was pure energy. Love filled the air. God's love filled the air. And I know that you, me, everybody on earth just learned that we're that eternal spiritual being learning to live in a human body. See, this earth is like a training ground. Earth is like a place we learn how to love. Bottom line, we learn to become more like God. We learn to become more like Jesus, where we learn to love. And going through hard times, going through stroke will definitely teach you how to love, because you just gotta love yourself. You gotta start there. You gotta learn to love life. You gotta learn to love and appreciate what you have around you. This time we have here on earth together is only temporary. It's only temporary, only as long as our bodies are alive. But please understand, don't fear death. Number one, God is not anything like religion will tell you. Well, you got to do this, you got to do that. What I learned, that the truth is, the difference between religion and spirituality is this. Religion is man trying to work his way to heaven by good works, by doing it. But then everybody trying to do that will fail. But spirituality is receiving Jesus Christ, work on the cross, into your heart, and walking spiritually. You're accepting what God provided for you, not you working, trying to work your way to heaven. It's not going to work. So let me about that one more time to make sure you understand that. Religion is man-made. It's man trying to do rituals that make him worthy to God, which can never meet up because he's pure and perfect. But spirituality is receiving what God has given us. And that really comes down to receiving his son, Jesus Christ, work on the cross. He died on the cross for our sins. And, there's the way you can work away. You can't. Every man has sinned and falls short of the glory of God. And there's one thing about that near-death experience, when I had it, was that place is real. I am here to tell you, it's just more real than me talking to you right now. You see me on the screen. It is where home or a home exists. A home is where it is. I have no idea. Where it is, I have no idea. But I will tell you, it's real. I get to have thousands of people lined up around the corner with pitchforks and torches. Tell me there's no God. Go ahead. I had an near-death experience. I know for a fact there is a kingdom of God. I know for a fact there is. It doesn't matter if you don't believe. I know it doesn't make it not real. It is real because I was there. I can see this is going to take about 3 parts. So this is going to be part 1, just the first little bit of my near-death experience. I'll look at the time now because I want to save a few minutes at the end of the podcast to interact with you guys on the chat. But I that mansion was amazing. Yeah, I remember a Bible verse that says, "In my house, in my Father's house, there are many rooms." You know what? When I was at that mansion, I looked up. It went way up, way up. There was like these walkways outside this mansion. I was inside looking up. I can see my mind's eye right now. I look up and I could see thousands of people walking along this these walkways, and in the walkways there were rooms right there. So there are many rooms in God's mansion. But there's one thing I want to make clear. I didn't deserve. Was I this great person? No, I was a good. God had grace and mercy on me. Mean to be in this, but I didn't deserve to be there. I am living proof that your works, what you do not get you into heaven. They don't. What you believe, you have faith in God, faith in His Son Jesus Christ, receive His Son into your life. That is your key to getting into heaven is through His Son Jesus Christ. All right, well, yeah, that was crazy, guys. I do want to spend a few minutes talking with you, Sherry. I'm gonna bring up the chat right now. If you want to share a little bit, Sherry had an near-death experience too. So let me stop there for now. As far as I know, they get very far, but yeah, I didn't mind take four segments. I don't know to tell my near-death experience, but let me pick up the chat. Sherry, you had a near-death experience, correct? I want to make sure I understood you correctly. You had a near-death experience, correct? Sherry, Scott, anybody? Hello. Well, I know Sherry did. So, Sherry, when you had your near-death experience, if you to give the audience one thing that really stuck out in your mind, could you please put that in chat? What one thing really, really stuck out in your mind in your near-death experience? What was that? And I'll keep talking as we go, as you're typing. But you know, got people, listen, if anybody tells you there is no God, there is no heaven, there is no place that is unlike any other, it's God's kingdom, I am trying to tell you 100% positive truth. There is that place. It exists. It exists. Somewhere we're going to go there. In fact, unlike religion tells you, where God is like sitting up a cloud with lightning bolts his hands, witness to so many people. That's how God is. The one thing about it that a near-death experience that really stood out, there was an overwhelming feeling of unconditional love in the place. There was an energy of pure love, unconditional. So our human brains cannot fully understand the word unconditional love. But that's how God sees us, unconditional love. You know, I think it's amazing, absolutely amazing, that we as men think we can work our way to heaven. There's no way. The Bible says all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. If you feel, all right, broke one commandment, you're done. It's over. You broke them all. You're a lawbreaker. But to the Son, to God's Son's work on the cross, Jesus Christ's death on the cross, His shedding His blood for you, makes us worthy. See, we're not worthy on our own, but we're worthy based on what He did. He sacrificed His life for us. Well, you guys, I see we're getting close to running out of time, but I wanted to just say one thing. On your stroke journey, Stroke, the Journey Within podcast is here for you. I want to take a minute and invite each of you to come on my show, on my podcast, to tell your story. Feel free to come on my podcast and tell me your story. And also, Stroke TV Media is an Amazon affiliate. And so in the description, I built 3 websites. One called Stroke Survivor Therapy Equipment. If you're interested in buying some equipment that will help with therapy, I will put the links to all 3 of the sites. I built one for Stroke Survivor Therapy Equipment, so you don't have to scour millions of items on Amazon. I built Stroke Survivor Therapy Equipment, adaptive equipment, and books written by Stroke Survivors so far. So please check out those links and use them, because we did get a few cents out of each purchase. You still pay the same exact price of Amazon, but being an affiliate, it helps keep Stroke TV on the air. It really does. Even small purchase, anything will help. So put those in there. And don't forget to subscribe to Stroke TV Media on YouTube. Super important. I mean, you gotta like this video, subscribe to Stroke TV Media on YouTube. And that will help me get guests, behind guests, keep platforms going. Just do a lot more of this. Keep Stroke TV Media going, because without your help, without you being part of this community, without you subscribing to Stroke TV Media, I would not be here without you. You are my brother and sister. You will see my email scrolling down to the bottom of this podcast. If you want to talk, just chat. Feel free to chat. Feel free to send me an email, and I'll set up a meeting where you and I can just chat. But hey, well, we're out of time. I can't believe I'm ready. So I would like to say this is going to probably be a 4 or 5 part series, because just telling you my near-death experience, I think I made it to the mansion and had the white gown. But I want everybody, we together are strong. We can do this. Stroke, you won't beat us. I love you too, Sherry Patterson. Thank you for being out there, honey. So everybody have a great day. Remember, we're tuning in next Friday. We're every Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 5 p.m. East Coast Time. But please, be here. Bring a friend. Tell a friend. We're here. If you have a topic you want me to cover, let me know. I'm here for you guys. I love you, everybody. Have a great day. I will talk to you later.